Hey guys, Ezilii here. Today we're playing some Planet Zoo, and today we're going to talk about building a building. Who would have thunk? Okay, if you're not familiar with Planet Zoo is a piece-by-piece builder. What that means is you build every piece. However, don't let that discourage you if you're not very creative, because if you're extremely creative, have at it. If you're not very creative, guess what? You've got folks like myself and plethora of others on the Steam Workshop constantly churning out new buildings and new things that you could use for your own zoo. Let's begin. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some facilities, some staff facilities. If I hold down my letter Z for Zed, I get to spin this all the way around. Perfect. So that's your first shortcut. Hit Z. I'm going to grab this. Now, all of this works on a grid. And this happens to be a 4x4 meter grid. So I just placed a research center and a keeper's hut. It's where they make food for the animals. I'm going to place down a trade center, spelled the British way. Haha, as it should. And then a workshop. Now I did it this way because 3 of these buildings have windows for us already. So we're going to pretend, in fact, we're going to pretend that it takes more space to make food than all of this other. So we're going to have three windows, 4 doors. Kind of like a car. What? Anyway. Now we're actually going to get to the building. So what I did is I placed these down. These are the shells. And we're going to build on top of these shells. So I have a filter. I don't recall what the filter is. So I'm going to clear this filter. I'm going to go theme. I'm going to do Planet Zoo. So now this is going to give us the basic tools. These are the ones that you get without doing any research. I kind of like this aesthetic with these planks, but we're going to turn it up a notch. So I'm hitting Z and it's spinning. Now, I've noticed that this happens in this game. Planet Coaster doesn't do this. So it just kind of puts it right on top, which I guess is okay. But then you got to hit shift and just pull it down. Bam. Pretty easy. Then it looks like the next one's kind of lock into place. And if it doesn't lock into place, just hold down your shift key. Now we're going to spin it around, and I'm using my middle mouse button to spin this camera around. We're going to grab this. It's called shop front, but lo and behold, the shop front and these windows are in the same spot. Now we're going to skip this because it doesn't have a window, nor are we going to make a window. But what we will do is we're going to put in a wall here. We're also going to put in a wall here on this end. And we're going to put a wall here on this end. Bam. We're kind of done, right? Uh-oh. Look what happened. We're a little askew, yeah? That's an easy fix. Click it. Hit your letter M key. And what it does is it lets you move it. So remember, M for move. I do apologize, I'm a little nasally. I'm feeling a little under the weather from TwitchCon. So now we're just going to take a quick look, make sure everything's in alignment. All of that looks good. All of that looks good. Great. We're almost done. Not quite, but we're almost. One thing that I wanted to do was, I like this, but you can see through it, yeah? Is it this? I think it's this. Oh, you know what? I know. I think I'm going to use this. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah, okay. I'm going to hit the letter Z and I'm going to lower this. Cool, huh? Now we've got wood and plaster, but get this. This plaster can be turned into a different color. We're going to go for that green. So probably this green, or maybe that green. We might have to mix it on our own. So if we go to this guy, right up here, our palette and our swatches. That's probably an appropriate green. What do you think? Kind of? Maybe a little too light? Need a little bit more yellow to this. There we go. That's probably pretty appropriate. So now with that actually highlighted, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this, and we're gonna place these pieces in. And what I'm doing is I'm just coloring this to be the same color as its icon on the rooftop. So now with these guys, what? I can't do, oh my. Okay, hopefully that's gonna be a fix because they're the same thing. That green is still not where I want it to be. That's probably fairly close. What we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this. We're gonna come to this guy. We're gonna paste it. Clear this out. We're gonna paste. Uh-oh. The beta doesn't let us do that. Wow. Oh, good. Just hit return. So in Planet Coaster, you get your tabs. This one, we don't have any buttons down there. Okay, so that's done. So now we're gonna move on. We're gonna just borrow this. The only one we're not gonna use for this is this solid piece, which we gotta find. We're gonna go here, drop it in. And go here, drop it in. Ah, that's bonkers. We can't just go with it. That's okay. What did I do? This one? I think that one is good. This one is a nice brown. Do we have a good brown? Kinda? This is a nice light blue. Now, don't mind the Z fighting, which is what we see going on. Gosh, now I don't remember which one it was. I hope I picked right. Don't mind that Z fighting. We're about to cover it with a roof. That's pretty simple. It's colorful. If our guests complain, well, they don't know what good design is. I'm being facetious. This is quick and dirty, and a quick way to build something that's a little more pleasing than just, you know... I don't know, should we build... We could build this way. Or, better yet... Why don't we do this? Can I shove? That's not what I want. I'm trying something a little more difficult, but if you stack them... Aha! Look at that. We actually made a solid piece. And we should be able to put some trim down on the bottom. But now with that done... It feels like it's off a little bit, yeah? Maybe. Nope, it's fine. And now we're gonna grab this. We're gonna copy this color, because I don't remember it. Copy. So what's silly is we can't paint the wood, but we can paint these panels. Now, if you ever have trouble picking something, your camera will clip. And I'm using my Q key and E key to move up and down. I'm gonna paste this. Paste, return. Ta-da! So I'm gonna borrow this again. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna kind of spin around. We're gonna grab this. Don't be afraid to get up close and personal to this. Last but not least, it's also almost as if we're like floating through the real building materials. And paste. So now we have a very simple building. But the best way to make your building kind of stand out is to add things to it. If I hold down spacebar, this locks into place one click at a time. But it might not be the same access because I spun the other one, which is probably my problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna hit X, and I'm gonna hit X again, and I'm gonna spin this. I'm gonna turn off that locking in place. Now this is gonna kind of float through here, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna off center it. What do you think? So I hit Control X again, and what that did is that made a copy, and it's going to keep it on the same height. And I'm going to click that, and it's going to continue to make a copy for me up until I hit the X. There. Now when we go to nighttime, will it not let me go? Do I have to unpause it? Oh, I guess it's because it's not powered. Well, we could fix that. What's interesting is that we have to power things. In Planet Coaster, we don't. There we go. Very subtle. And last but not least, let's add some doodads. I believe there was this guy, the sign bracket. So I'm just gonna place it there. We're gonna find our other signs. What are these? Signs. Wall signs. Really? Where's the rest of our... Aha! So which one was this? The hut. The zookeeper's hut. Should have like a little apple on it. I hit X, it gives me this gizmo. If I hit it again, it's gonna let me spin it. We're gonna zoom in a bit. We're gonna pull this closer. We're gonna move this up until about there. We're gonna move it down slightly. So it looks like the sign is either just a bit too thin, or I moved it just a bit too much. Hold on. Now I'm going to hold down Shift and click both of those, and then I'm going to hit Control X. I'm going to replicate this, and then we're going to change out the signs at the very end. So again, that's Control X, and it brings up the advanced move, which means it copies it and then gives you the X controls. And one of our last tricks. What is this? This is the workshop or the research? This is research. So I'm going to hit Control X so I get this guy. I'm going to click this and it switches to it. Perfect. Take that out. Put this right back in. This is what, the workshop? And magic. What's this blue? The trade center, yeah? And magic. Perfect. Last but not least, some other doodads and thingamabobbers. Granted, I've done some research. You're not going to start off with all of these guys. Let's put it... Should we put it there? Should we put it up and let the, or do we put it up top? How about that? And if we want to move it ever so slightly, hit your letter X. Now I'm going to advanced copy. I skipped it, but you know what? I think I'm gonna place one anyway. I don't have like a chimney yet, like a little like exhaust. Not yet. Huh. Are you sure? I gotta have something. Oh, that thing is tiny. Exhaust switch. That's for the workshop. There. We'll leave it at that. Pretty plain, pretty simple, but effective, yeah? That was pretty simple. That is piece by piece building in Planet Coaster. Wow, Planet Zoo, jeez. You tell what I've been playing a lot of. So, once you're done with this, if you want to share it with the rest of the community, we can save this as a blueprint. I'm gonna call it if I could type one stop shop. All the small facilities in one building. Kind of a small building. Let's do this. And it changes the time. There. And create blueprint. Now that we've created that blueprint, does it tell me mine? Yeah. We'd hit this button. We can upload to the Steam Workshop. There. And done. That's how you build a Planet Coaster and share with the rest of the world. Until next time, be good to each other. Stay awesome. Stay amazing.